Okay, sorry for the technical difficulty. So I had to restart my machine and get back. So it took some time. So we'll continue until 8:45 to make it up for the lost time. Okay. So so you can see we can push a value or a 64-bit or 8-byte value into the stack from even a memory, from the internal memory. So you can push a value from the register, 64-bit register, or you can directly push a number into the stack. So we'll start this demonstration. So we'll push each of the numbers, 1, push 2, and push 3 into the stack, right? So then what we are asked to do is we are asked to push this into the stack. That means insert them one after the other, and we need to display in the first one the value at the top of the stack without removing it. So we just need to look at the top of the stack, right? So we just need to look at top of the stack. So for that one, we need to look at a number, and to look at that one, we need to print that number. So for that one, we create a macro. We'll create a macro. So which prints the digit at the top of the stack. So for that one, first we'll create a macro which prints a single character. So I am in this inside this directory workshop 6. And so from the previous works, we have seen how we can create a macro, and I'll name this macro not as print text, print digit. And a digit is always, the size of the digit is always 1. So we can set the size of the thing that we are printing as 1, and we no longer need 2 arguments, we only need 1 argument. And as the argument here, we pass the location of the memory which contains this digit. So that is the print digit macro. So we'll rename this one as print digit. Print digit macro, and we need to include this macro here. And last week we were discussing all about the ASCII table. So in ASCII, we cannot directly print a given number. We need to convert it into the ASCII code. So we have to convert it to ASCII code. So for that one, we'll use a subroutine known as print digit. That means we are going to, in this subroutine, we are going to print the value in the RAX register. Print the digit in the RAX digit, or in other words, AL register. AL register. Print. I'll name this subroutine as print RAX digit. Print RAX digit. Right. So what we'll do, So when we call this print or the X digit, what it should do is, so when we are doing this, first we need to store that value in RAX. So there is one more thing that you need to know about the stack. There is something known as stack pointer. Stack pointer. So in the first lesson about the registers, I showed you several registers. So in this NASM handout, which is found in your LMS, so if you go back and refer the CPU registers, there is a register known as ESP. ESP. This SP stands for stack pointer. Stack pointer. This stack pointer always points to the top of the stack. So this stack pointer contains the memory address of the top of the stack. So its 64-bit version is RSP, right? Its 64-bit version is RSP. RSP contains the memory address of the top of the stack. So if we want to read something from the stack, we need to refer to the value which is shown by this RSP, because RSP points to the top of the stack. If we want to look what is at the top of the stack, we need to have what is the value contained inside the memory, which is pointed by this. Sorry, this is RSP, stack pointer. At the top of the stack. So SP stands for stack pointer. So in order to look at that one, we need to copy the value showed by the this RSP. So we need to copy. We'll copy into RAX register what is pointed out by the top of the stack, because I have told you using square brackets we tell we don't need what is there. So this RSP has a memory address. We don't need the memory address. We need what is contained in the memory address. So this operation does not remove the top of the stack, just it copies what is contained in the stack pointer to this register. So does not remove the top of the stack using this operation, right? If we want to remove something from the stack, there is a command known as pop, P-O-P, pop. So when we want to insert something into the stack, we push. When we want to remove the top of the stack, we pop. But this is not the pop operation. This is just copying the what is at the top of the stack into some register. So this operation is known as peeking. We just observe what is at the top of the stack. We don't remove the contents of the top of the stack, right? So what we do, we copy the value at the top of the stack to the RAX register and print that down. So there is a digit now at the RAX register. We need to convert, in order to print it, we need to convert it into ASCII. So for that one, so I'll also declare an uninitialized variable known as digit. digit reserve bytes 1. So this digit, as the value of the digit, we are going to copy what is we pass to the RAX register. Before that, when we are calling this print RAX digit, so we need to convert this value into ASCII. So for that one, we need to add the ASCII code of 0 to the RAX. We need to add the ASCII code of 0 to RAX register. So here we add the ASCII code of 0. So that means if we add 1, we copy 1 here, then it is added the ASCII code of 1 to RAX register. Then we are going to copy the contents of RAX register into this variable value, actually, not the address. So this is 1 byte. So we have to specify the size byte digit as the value of this memory address, which is of size byte. We need to copy what is in RAX register, but this is 1 byte. A digit is 1 byte. So we are not going to copy the whole of the RAX register. We will copy the last part of which is AL, 8-bit equivalent of the RAX register, that is AL, which contains the actual digit. Then we are going to call this macro print digit. Print digit, the digit. Print. We are going to print the digit because in that macro, it is going to print whatever which is pointed by this digit, which is of 1 byte size. So we here convert into ASCII value, then copy that one into this variable, then variable's memory address is passed into this macro. We'll see whether this one works or not. Yes, you can see number 3 was printed. So what happened? We pushed 1, 2, and 3. So when we are at this place, what is at the top of the stack is number 3. This is at the bottom of the stack. 1 is at the bottom, 3 is at the top. So this stack pointer points to number 3. Then what we did was we copied that one into RAX and printed. So that is part 1. Display the value at the top of the stack. Then in part 2, we are asked to remove the value at the top of the stack into a register and display the top of the stack after removing that one. We need to remove one value into a register, then display what is at the top of the stack. Okay. So how do we do that? So I told you removing the content or the top of the stack is done by the command known as pop. We insert using push. We extract using pop. And after this command pop, we have to specify to which location we are going to extract. To which location? We can extract either to a memory. So just like push, we can push from a register or from a memory. I demonstrated this one. Using register and memory, I demonstrated. I showed you that we can push from a register and a memory. Just like that, we can pop. Just like that, we can pop into a memory or a register. Can be popped into a register or memory. right? So I'm going. So we are asked to pop into a specific register, which is RDI register. I pop into RDI register. So this instruction will remove the top of this what is contained in the top of the stack into this register, and we need to show this. So how to show this? We can, so this is popped into this RDI. So we can copy the contents of RDI into RAX. RDI is copied into RAX. Then just call this subroutine. So for this subroutine, when you call subroutine, make sure that you don't miss out the return statement. If you don't use this return statement, after this digit is printed, it will not come back here. So when you call this print digit for the first time, when if this return statement is not there, the number 3 will be printed, but it will not come back and pop and print again. So make sure you don't forget the return statement. So we are going to print RAX digit. So we pop. So when we pop, so number 1, 2, and 3 is there. So 3 is at the top of the stack. When we pop 3, that means we take out 3, and we are going to okay. So we are not going to display what is at the what is we popped. What we should display what is now at the top of the stack. So we are going to again not RDI. We should look at the current top of the stack using stack pointer. So because we are going to remove the value at the top of the stack into RDI, so we are asked to display the current top. So to get the current top, we need to look what is pointed by the stack pointer. Now the stack pointer is not pointing to 3. Now as we have popped 3 into RDI, it should show 2. So we'll see whether this one works. Yes, it is now showing 2 because 3 has been popped into RDI. It is no longer there in the stack. What is at the top of the stack now is 2. So it is showing 2. Okay. So last week we couldn't finish about integer multiplication and division. So we'll cover that what we missed last week using this one. So we have some examples for multiplication here. So we'll cover that one from here. So again, we are asked to remove the value at the current top of the stack into a variable known as variable 1 and display the top of the stack. Okay. So now we are asked to pop into a memory known as variable 1. So I told you this stack storage size is 64-bit. So we need to allocate 64-bit. So in what? In uninitialized data segment, this uninitialized data segment, we need to allocate 64 bits. So for that one, so just like we have DQ, DW, DD, and DB, that is for bytes, word, double word, code word, we can reserve bytes, reserve word, reserve double word, reserve code word. So the variable we are, so this one we are asked to store with this variable name. So this one var1, its size should be 64 bits or 8 bytes. That means one code word. So we can use for that one RESQ. That means its size is a code word. One code word is 8 bytes, or else you can use RESB 8, reserve 8 bytes, or one code word. Both are equivalent. So to demonstrate you, I'll use RESQ. That means one code word or 8 bytes. So we are asked to remove. Remove means pop. Remove into this variable. So I'm going to pop. So when you are referring to variable, you must always refer it with the size. So this size is a code word. So we must say code word. We are looking into this code word, this memory, variable one. We should pop into this variable one's value. That's what it means. And then print the current top of the stack. So how to print the current top of the stack? We need to call these two statements again. I just copy and paste. Copy the current top of the stack into RAX, then call print RAX, which prints the contents of the RAX using the macro and the subroutine. It converts first into ASCII, then pass that memory location to that macro, which prints one character. Right. So save. Yes, you can see now the top of the stack is 1. So now there you have even popped the last element 1 from the stack. So now there is nothing in the stack. The number 1 is in this one. Variable 1 is stored in variable 1, and RDI contains number 3. Number 3 is in number 3 is in RDI, and number 2 number 2 is in variable 1, var1, and so this number 1 is still this is still in the stack, and we just copied that number 1 and printed. So at this moment, number 1 is in the stack, number 3 is in number 3 and number 2 are no longer in the stack, but their values has been copied. Number 3 has been copied to RDI, number 2 has been copied into this variable 1. Right. So in the next next question, we are asked to insert the result of multiplication of the values that we have popped, variable 1 and RDI. So RDI contains, as I have now explained, number 3, which was a previous top of the stack. We removed number 3 into RDI. Then here we remove number 2 into variable 1. So we are asked to get the multiplication of those two and store in the stack and read that value from the stack. Okay. So how to do that? So addition and subtraction I did last week. So what about multiplication? For multiplication, we have a command known as MUL, multiplication. So multiplication does an operation like this. So what it does is, so if we say here, for example, I'm just taking an example. If we have multiplication BX, what it does is it will store in AX or RAX it will do this. RAX equal RAX multiplied by VX. So we pass a register or a memory address here, or value in a memory here. What it will do is it will multiply this value in this value that we provide here by the value in the RAX value in the RAX register and store this value in RAX register. For example, if VX contains 2 and the current RAX contains 5. So 2 into 5, 10. Number 10 will be stored back in RAX register. Right? So that's how this one operates. So the division is same. Division is same. If you for division we have div. So div Bx means RAX is equal to RAX divided by Bx. So it always consider what is there in RAX. Whatever the value is in RAX, it will divide by the one that we provide here. After this div command, the value that we provide here will be divided by RAX, the value content of the RAX, and stored back in RAX. So for this one, we are asked to multiply the value of, in this example, we are asked to multiply the value what is in RDI with variable 1. RDI in with what is the value in variable 1. So since this multiplication always involves with RAX, so first we have to copy one of these values into RAX first before multiplying. So I'll just copy what is in RDI to RAX. Because this always deals with RAX, right? So in order to multiply RDI with variable 1, so I'll first copy what is in RDI into RAX, then I'll multiply that one with what is in keyword variable 1. What will this do? This will multiply variable 1 with RAX. What is there in RAX? RAX is RDI. So variable 1 will be multiplied by RDI and value will be stored in RAX. Value will be stored in RAX. So if we call now print RAX digit, so that will automatically print the result of this multiplication, because the result of the multiplication is stored in RAX. When we ask this to print RAX, it will automatically print the result of this RAX. So as I told you, variable 1 is 2, value in the variable 1 is 2, value in RDI is 3. So 3 into 2, it should print 6. So you can see the result, the required result. So this 3 and 2 has been multiplied to get the result 6. So that's how the stack can be used for numerical operations. So its stack acts as a temporary storage for the programmer to work. So its basic size is 64-bit. So this is how the stack is used. So it is a first in last out structure. So it can be used in this way. And the most important use of stack is floating point operations. So we'll cover about floating point operations and how the stack is used in floating point operations in the next workshop or meeting. So this is a basic demonstration about stack. So those who are listening, so do you have any question to ask about the stack operation? Anything to clear? Right, so it seems that you don't have any questions at this moment. So we'll conclude this meeting today. So we'll meet. I'll discuss with your representative to fix the time and date of the next meeting. So, and I'll inform you with an invitation link to discuss about floating point operations. Right. So until then, have a nice time.